Our new album is called Time. It's the first album we've done for 7 years that is entirely a studio album, and it's also got entirely new material in the sense that some of it is old material, but new to Steely Eye. The album is made up of songs that Peter has written, songs that Bob has put tunes to, the big ballads, which is his sort of speciality, and some lyrical songs, and some even brought in by Gay, who has come round again, and with her has also come a song from the very first album. There's a lot of new energy that's been focused by this new album, which has been very good. The band has had several sort of incarnations over the years, if you like, and I've sort of discovered an analogy that I think suits the situation, which is that Steely Eye Span is like a bus, and people get on and off it at various points along its career, as it were. And some people get on twice. They've gone off somewhere else in between and come back on. And Gay has come back, of course. And I just seem to have stayed on this bus for longer.
Well, the prickly bush is a symbol in folk tradition of unhappy love, and the maiden is saying, if I ever get out of the prickly bush, I'll never get in any more. What fascinated me was she's standing at the gallows and she's about to be hung, and her entire family are refusing to help her. Apparently this goes back to times when the disgrace of losing one's virginity was actually punishable by hanging. So it's her virginity, or her integrity, as they called it then, that she's lost. And only the lover, her lover, can restore it in the final verse. And he does, thank God.
Oh, the prickly bush breaks my heart for sore, and if ever I'm out of the prickly bush, I'll never get in it anymore.
See
save my body from the cold clay ground and my neck from the gallows tree. Oh yes, I brought you gold. Yes, I brought you free. And I've not come to see you hung on the gallows tree. Oh, the prickly bush breaks my heart full of sorrow, and if ever I'm out of the prickly bush, I'll never get in it anymore. Oh, the prickly bush breaks my heart full of sorrow, and if ever I'm out of the prickly bush, I'll never get in it anymore. Oh, the prickly bush breaks my heart full of sorrow, and if ever I'm out of the prickly bush, I'll never get in it anymore. Oh, the prickly bush breaks my heart full of sorrow, and if ever I'm out of the prickly bush, I'll never get in it anymore.
My relationship with Steel Ice Band is an unusual one because I was there many years ago, I suppose 25 years ago when I was very young. And now I'm very old and I'm back in it since the end of 1994. Lots of people who come to the gigs now don't know who the hell I am at all, and they wonder who is this woman with dyed blonde hair going out with a folk rock band. And that's if they haven't purchased a programme. I'm up shit creek basically, so I have to sort of prove myself night after bloody night. But that's okay. Then after the gigs, I mean, hopefully I do it with my singing, you know, because that's all I'm here for. It's just I want to sing with this band again. And so then afterwards, when I meet some people who've come, paid money in to see the band, I can explain my situation, or they can now consult their programmes. It's quite weird at times because so much time has flowed in and so much life has flowed in and so much creativity in my life that sometimes it's very difficult for me to reconnect with this folk rock world. And some of my friends, you know, have almost died in horror that I would actually go back to playing what they think is going back, you know, a regressive step to playing folk rock. But I mean, obviously they haven't heard what Steel I have been doing. And so I don't see it that way at all. I think it's encouraging that this kind of music can survive this amount of time, considering what all the stuff I've done in the meantime, both musically and other studies. And I have great admiration for them and their fans. But I think now it's changing because society's vision of music and people performing it, if you're over even 21 now, you can still perform on a stage, whereas about maybe 15 years ago you would get nothing but flack for doing it, and how dare you. Yes, The Old Maid in the Garret. It's a very funny song. We have two over 40 women singing it, which makes it even more hilarious. And because we sort of take on the persona of the old maid, I think, you know, because we're dying for it and dying for a man. And we're living out this frustration in this song, all 4 verses. And it's absolutely hilarious. I enjoy singing it every night. It's definitely tongue-in-cheek. And it talks about her talents, and it talks about her her situation in life, and she's very, very worried about her age, which is just 44. She also is very cruel to her sister, because she says in verse 2 that her sister is not handsome or good looking, but yet she got a man. But she seems to think because she's younger that she got the man. But so it seems to be this is the maid, the old maid's dilemma is her age again.
I was told by my aunt, I was told by my mother, that going to a wedding is the makings of another. Well, if this be so, then I'll go without a bidder. Oh, kind Providence, won't you send me to a wedding? And it's oh dear. she's not handsome or good looking. Scarcely 16 and Ella she was courting. Now she's 24, she's a son and a daughter. Here am I at 44 and I've never had an offer, and it's oh dear me, how will it be if I die an old maid in the garden? I can cook and I can sew, I can keep a house right tidy, rise up in the morning and get the breakfast ready. There's nothing in this wide world that makes my heart so cheery as a wee fat man to call me his own dearie. And it's oh dear me, how will it be if I die an old maid in the garden?
songs that I write for Steeleye, I choose subject matters more than melodies that are compatible with the rest of the songs that we do. Bob and Maddie choose traditional music, and they're very good at that, so for me to do what they do, to me, seems a little pointless. So I tend to try and write melodies that I feel will be accessible, with subject matters that suits the subject matters that we deal with anyway in traditional music. Harvest of the Moon is a song about a goddess called Bridget, who in this song is going to save the world. And it was very strange because one morning my wife said to me, are you having an affair with an Irish singer from Kildare? And I said no, because we have a very fiery relationship. I said, no, I'm not. And it turns out that she picked up on something. We started reading about Bridget, who was from Kildare, which was quite interesting. So she believes that this song truly came from the goddess. It's simply a song of some way to make our lives a little better. And I've used the analogy of the tune of Elsie Marley as being dancing to all the brown envelopes and all the stuff that we have to deal with in this life. And if you listen to The Wind That Shakes the Barley, you'll hear the voice of Bridget, who will guide you into this wonderful place where you can throw your troubles in the air and have a wonderful time and live happily ever after. And if you believe that, you believe anything.
All the husbands and the wives, we were dancing for our lives, all to the tune of Elsie Marley. Instead of gathering up our differences and throwing them in the air and giving them to the wind that shakes the barley. And the children, they were watching every girl and every boy as we danced to the tune of Elsie Marley. But they'd heard another tune from the harvest of the moon that rides upon the wind that shakes the barley. Then Bridget, she declared that she was not prepared to watch us dance to the tune of Elsie Marley. She said, I'll sing you all a song and you'll want to sing along if you listen to the wind that shakes the barley. And the song that she sang could be heard for miles around. The air was full of harmony, you should have heard the sound. As we gathered up our differences and threw them in the air and gave them to the wind that shakes the barley. Until we gathered up our differences and threw them in the air and gave them to the wind that shakes the barley. Then all of us declared that we were not prepared to dance our lives away with Elsie Marley. For we heard another tune from the harvest of the moon that rides upon the wind that shakes the barley. And the song that we sang could be heard for miles around. The air was full of harmony, you should have heard the sound. As we gathered up our differences and threw them in the air and gave them to the wind that shakes the barley.
Beneath Her Apron is about adolescent pregnancy, really. It's always gone on, and young girls, when they get pregnant, they sometimes don't show at all, unlike people like me, that was like a ship in full sail when I was pregnant. There was no doubt whatever what was going on. With young girls, it can be a complete mystery, and nobody knows, even people sleeping in the same room. I have known that. There was a wonderful documentary on the television about sex before the First World War, I think it was, and there was a woman in that, and she had suddenly got stomach pains while she was making the bed up. She was working in service. And the mistress came and she said, "I've got this terrible tummy ache." And she said, "You're having a baby and you're fired." And this song is really about that kind of situation, and that it was obviously very frowned upon. But the girl in this song seems to be rather defiant, I think.
A pretty young girl, all in the month of May, a gathering just at the break of day, and before she's come home, she has born a little son, and she's rolled him up underneath her apron. All in the first part of the night, when all were fast asleep, this pretty little baby, oh, it began to weep. Oh, what's that little babe that's a crying out so clear in the bedroom among the pretty maidens? "Oh, father, dear father, it's nothing then," said she. "It's just a little bird that my sister gave to me, and I've built for it a nest, and I'll warm it on my breast, so that it won't wake you early in the May morning." All in the last part of the night, when they were fast asleep, this pretty little baby again began to weep. Oh, what's that little babe that's a crying out so clear in the bedroom among the pretty maidens? "Oh, father, dear father, it's nothing then," said she. "It's just a little baby that someone gave to me. Let it lie, let it sleep this night along with me, and I'll tell to you it's daddy in the May morning." Oh, was it by a black man, or was it by a brown? Or was it by a plowing boy that's plowing up and down? I gave to you, the stranger, you wear with your new gown, that you ever rolled up underneath your apron. It wasn't by a black man, and it wasn't by a brown, but it was by a sailor lad that plows the water main, and 'twas him gave me the stranger I wear with my new gown, that I've rolled up underneath me apron. Oh, was it in the kitchen, God, or was it in the hall, or was it in the cowshed, or up against the wall? I wish I had a firebrand to burn the building down where you met with him on a May morning. It wasn't in the kitchen, God, it wasn't in the hall, it wasn't in the cowshed, nor up against the wall. It was down by yonder spring where the pretty birds do sing, that I met with him on a May morning.
I suppose playing in Steel Eye as a drummer is quite a challenge in the sense, for me, the challenge is being able to play with this sort of this folk rock band, play traditional folk rock, which I never had played before because I come from other areas. And the challenge in that for me is to actually find my freedom, my boundaries within that music, which I find quite a lot. I find a lot of good areas for me to explore. You know, the music itself, more than just playing straight rhythms, you know. So it's, yeah, the rhythmic, the feel, and help, you know, everybody enjoying it, everybody enjoying the playing, enjoying the groove, or whatever, or the energy. I first came across Cutty Round, Maddie sort of presented this little cassette, and she said she'd like to do this song. And I think there were probably 2 verses on it, and it was sort of, you just heard this voice in the background, so you couldn't really get anything off it. But when we went into the studio, she was in the control room and I was in the drum booth, and so we said, this is the way we have to do it. You sing it, and I'll find some kind of feel to it. So we tried a little bit, and somebody said, make it longer or make it short, you know, the actual space, the spacing. And so then we sort of found a length and said, yeah, that's it. Pressed a button and went. And it was the first time I've ever played it. And that's what was so beautiful about it, the improvisation, the spontaneity of it, was not knowing what's coming next, how many verses there were or anything. And it worked out perfect. It's lovely. It's really enjoyable to play.